This is Sky News Weather, online at skyweather.com.au.
This program brought to you by the all-new Honda Buffalo range of mowers. Greatness from the ground up.
Greatness from the ground up. That's what Riley says when he looks in the mirror. Because he's a mirror boy. Has the same value as Wetter boy. Wetter is German for weather. And Wetterling is Jake's last name. Means weather child. And the boy who told me that Wetterling means weather child, when you translate it from German, his name has a value of 337. That's the value of his full name. Jacob Wetterling, the bad mirror boy, equals 337. Nathan, the bad mirror boy prophecy. I am severe tropical cyclone Riley. And I just noticed something. 133-337 happens to be the phone number you call if you need to contact the DFES in Western Australia. 133-337 or 1333-37. But in an emergency, you still call 000. Oh, of course.
This is a severe weather alert.
A bushfire emergency warning has been issued for a fire burning in Western Australia. Now, this fire is burning inland of Worsley, so to the east of Worsley, and it's impacting on northern parts of Allenson near Collie. We have seen this fire upgraded from a watch and act level to an emergency level over the course of the afternoon. The areas under threat are McAvoy Road and also Worsley Back Road. We're seeing the fire heading towards the Allenson Township over the course of the afternoon. Now, what we are seeing in Western Australia at the moment is very hot weather throughout the afternoon. We saw temperatures getting up to 42 degrees in Perth today, and we are seeing that sea breeze coming in, but what it's doing as well is seeing our winds starting to pick up around that fire area, which, as I mentioned, is just inland of Bunbury there. So we're starting to see that really impacting on those battling fires in this region. Now, if you do require assistance or if you are under threat, you can contact WA Fire and Emergency 13 33 37, and of course, in an emergency, contact 000. Well, it's been a slightly cooler weekend across the southeast of the country. Our heat hasn't gone anywhere and it's continuing to stew about the interior. In fact, in Camberwell in Queensland, we've just seen our 35th consecutive day up above 40 degrees. That's a new record length or record warm spell there, and it's twice as long as the previous warm spell with temperatures above 40, which was just 17 days. So that's an indication of just how hot it's been for just how long in parts of the country, and we're seeing that heat rebuilding over the southeast this week. In Queensland, it's looking hot in the west once again. Those temperatures up in the 40s for places like Mount Isa and Longreach. It's set to be sunny. Along the coast, there is the chance we could see the odd shower pretty much anywhere north of the Sunshine Coast, so Caloundra is a chance, but they're most likely to be up about the tropics. Temperatures warm to hot across the state, including the southeast, so that's you in Brisbane and also the Gold Coast, where we're going for a top of 30 degrees. It's also warm to hot across New South Wales. Somewhere to take a dip is a good idea if you can. There is the chance we could see some showers and thunderstorms developing, most likely, well, actually, any time from morning we could see them firing up. And that's going to be along parts of the central and northern ranges of the state. We could see some flash flooding as a result of those storms. They're likely to be quite slow moving. And we are seeing our temperatures warming up. So places like Wollongong going for a top of 25 degrees, 27 degrees in Newcastle, hot, dry and mostly sunny once again in the west. So 39 our maximum in Broken Hill. It's also looking hot, dry and sunny about northern parts of Victoria. In the south, a little bit of fog or some low cloud to start the day. So that includes areas around Melbourne, but that'll be clearing up quite quickly to a mostly sunny afternoon. afternoon, and we're seeing those temperatures warming up. We are seeing heatwave conditions across parts of Tasmania. They're across the north and the east, and they're being felt most acutely in the northeast, so places like Billabong Bay there, where it's looking absolutely beautiful and indeed warm. Temperatures up around 28 degrees for you in St Helens, 29 degrees in Hobart. Another warm, dry day. Now, it's going to be partly cloudy in South Australia to kick off the working week, but we are seeing those temperatures warming once again, 35 degrees in Adelaide. There's the chance we could see some thunderstorms developing about the west and also over northern parts of the Eyre Peninsula as we head into the afternoon. We're also seeing our heat impacting particularly around the south coast and the goldfields in Western Australia. So we're going for a top of 39 degrees for you in Esperance, 42 degrees in Kalgoorlie, so some very hot weather starting to influence you there. We will see a southwesterly change making things a little bit cooler about the southwestern division, so Perth 32 degrees, a slightly milder day. That sea breeze coming in sooner after getting to 40 degrees before 10:30 this morning. Heading over into the north, and we do have showers and thunderstorms impacting on the Kimberley and the top end once again. A warm, dry, sunny day for southern parts of the Northern Territory, 41 our top in Alice Springs. Here at Sky News Weather, we love to see your weather photos and videos. You can share them with us using Facebook, Twitter or Instagram.
It's hard to believe, but it could even get hotter next week over southern and southeastern Australia. We're probably going to be rivaling temperatures we saw last week. It doesn't look as long, though. Some parts in the interior do look to bake for quite some time. That heat looking to peak on Thursday, Friday. Before that, though, Western Australia really copying the brunt of the heat and very gusty cool change coming through on Wednesday for you. This, unfortunately, is leading to quite a significant fire threat Thursday and Friday for parts of South Australia, Victoria, Tasmania, and New South Wales. We could even see severe to extreme fire danger, some of the worst fire weather we've seen this season. Let's take a look how this is going to be shaping up. Into Monday, Western Australia gets a southwesterly change. Now, this is where the heat actually starts. You can see that the cooling influence on the coast means the fire danger on the coast will drop, but inland, we still have severe fire danger for Western Australia. Now let's go a little bit forward. Looking at the forecast cloud here. Notice how all of a sudden we have this cloud moving over the southwest on Tuesday. That's with the cold front that's coming through. Now this front does something else. It causes a low to develop off the southern coastline. Watch this area over here. The low will develop, sending stronger and stronger southwesterly winds right across the southwest. And by the time we get to Wednesday, well, temperatures will be in the low 20s for Perth and very gusty winds there as well. Potentially even severe weather for places like Albany. It'll be coupled with some heavy showers at times, potentially the most rain we've seen in months for places like Albany, Bunbury, and the Perth region. But then the heat that was in Western Australia just there gets flicked over to the south. So while that's happening over there, dropping temperatures and bringing severe weather, we start to see northerly winds getting incredibly hot again for South Australia, Victoria, and New South Wales. 45-degree heat is possible again in places like Adelaide, and we could even see 40-degree heat right across Victoria yet again Thursday and Friday. So it's not good news there. We'll keep you up to date with the latest forecast because there is a fair bit of model inconsistency at this moment. Now, meanwhile, for the top end and for parts of the Kimberley region, we got a chance of a monsoon coming through, and that is good news. We've seen a pretty poor start to the wet season so far. We're starting to see that monsoon now enter Australian waters. Let's take a look at the winds here. Now, when winds go cross-equatorial, that's the monsoon trough. You can see several lows forming within the monsoon trough, and that'll draw it further to the south. When you start getting northerly winds, that's when you see monsoon-like conditions develop. So here we have Thursday. We have two separate tropical lows that have developed in the monsoon trough. One of them potentially impacting far north Queensland, the other one somewhere around the Kimberley region. Now, to the east of the one of the Kimberley region is where we're going to see that northerly flow coming down. So that's the cross-equatorial flow. That's what's driving in heavy showers and thunderstorms and potentially fairly widespread. So in the next week, we could see widespread totals potentially in excess of 100 millimeters from parts of the Kimberley region right up into the top end, and of course more heavy rain, showers and storms for far north Queensland as well.
It was a sunny Sunday and a hot one in Perth. We saw temperatures getting to 42 degrees before midday, marking the hottest day in 2 years. And we've got some more warm weather coming through, but not quite as hot to kickstart the working week. We could even see some thunderstorms rolling through to parts of the hills by the time we get to the evening for you on Monday, but another hot day with a top of 32 degrees ahead of that and mostly sunny. Now, as we have a look further ahead, there's the chance we could see some morning thunderstorms about the south, and that'll be on Tuesday. On Wednesday, the chance of some showers, and you see that drop in temperature with our low pressure system starting to deliver cooler conditions and showers over the southwest of the country. Then warm, dry and sunny for the back end of the week. We are going to see monsoonal activity finally reaching you in Darwin this week, so our temperatures slightly cooler and our rainfall totals slightly higher. At least we're hoping to see that monsoon activity really starting to ramp up from Tuesday onwards. So those maximum temperatures back down to 31 degrees. Chance of a thunderstorm bumping those rainfall totals up even further each and every day. Moving into Brisbane now, and you're going for a top of 32 degrees, so 3 above the average, and a partly cloudy day coming through on Monday. From Tuesday right through to the end of the week, we do have the slight chance of a shower for you, but things are staying warm, getting up to 34 degrees, which is where our heat will peak on Thursday. It's said to be a sunny morning for you then. The rest of our mornings are going to be partly cloudy. Heading to the Harbour City now, 28 degrees your forecast maximum to kickstart the working week on Monday, going for a top of 33 degrees in the western suburbs. It is going to be a much sunnier day. We're seeing that heat rebuilding after our cool change heading into the weekend. Now, we're getting up to 31 degrees on Wednesday before we do see our cool change coming through. As you can see, some showers developing about the west, and that drop in temperature from 31 degrees in the city to 26 degrees into Thursday, but then we're seeing that warmth returning. 36 degrees our forecast maximum for you in Sydney next Sunday. The nation's capital, well, we're going to see some warm weather continuing for you. 35 degrees on Monday, and we could see some showers, most likely during the evening. It'll be a sunny start to the day. We're also expecting a possible thunderstorm to come through for you. It's going to be very similar on Tuesday as well as Wednesday. Then that cool change, dropping temperatures down to 28 degrees on Thursday. The heat rebuilding to the high 30s for next weekend. Melbourne, we could see some early fog, but it's going to burn off quite quickly and warm to a top of 27 degrees. It should be a sunny afternoon. Even warmer on Tuesday with a top of 31 degrees. That cool change dropping temperatures to the mid-20s by the time we get to Wednesday. It's pretty much a dry change for you in Melbourne. And then that heat building, we're going for 40 degrees for you on Friday before we see showers coming through on Sunday. And we're seeing heat for you across Tasmania, 29 degrees in Hobart both on Monday and Tuesday, going to be mostly sunny. Temperatures rolling all the way up to the 30s though by the time we get to Friday. We will see that 10-degree plummet in temperature though Tuesday into Wednesday when our cool change moves across Tasmania. And South Australia, a beautiful 35-degree day coming your way, Adelaide. That's going to kickstart your working week. Then sunny and hot for the next few days. 38 degrees on Tuesday, 39 degrees on Wednesday, getting up to 42 degrees on Thursday before we see those temperatures dipping back down into the 30s and some rain coming through Sunday.